now headed towards the Lava Beds National Monument in northeastern California. So a little view of the topography. Well, my first guess of what we're looking at was accurate. This is a large volcano. It's the Medicine Lake volcano, but it's what we would call a shield volcano. In other words, like the Pohaha of Hawaii, huge amounts of lava just are extruded straight up and then they flow out over the land. However, those cones that we can see there all along that side of the volcano are in fact cinder cones. For your information, imagine pouring cold molasses onto a table several times over the course of a day. That's what a shield volcano landscape looks like. Once it cools and hardens into large cracks, innumerable small cracks, deep fissures, and the occasional sinkhole. Not only can wagons not cross, it's very difficult to hike it without a trail. And this is Tule Lake National Wildlife Reserve. Don't believe any boats are allowed on it. But as far as you can see, there is a loose, very spread out, not as far as you can see, but within the first eighth of a mile of the shore here at least, and in some places beyond that, are a dotting of birds. I think it's probably a very great wetlands also. Not sure that it's very deep, I don't know. I'm on a brief hike at Captain Jack's Stronghold, and we can all guess what this is. But imagine how that should be searched out by an archaeologist, you'd think. Maybe it was, hopefully it was, to see what lies buried beneath that rubble. Just walking down the pathway. Another kind of like a lava tube, might even call it a lava cave, probably formed the same way. You can imagine what a defensible stronghold this was. If you could control this set of rocks here, you literally had a stronghold. It has somewhat the look of a huge lava tube that collapsed in on itself.
Don't really know. There apparently is an interpretive documents, but I didn't pick one up. Here you can see that pumice type of rock. You can see the layering of it. Probably fractures where it cooled off, or these may be totally separate flows, just hardened, different times. Whether that's some kind of large sinkhole, I don't know. It looks a lot like the one I saw in This is almost identical to the ice caves. Again, created probably by a tube that continues on here somewhere. And as it rose and fell, maybe it created weaker ceilings, although those look pretty massive ceilings. But you can see how this is all collapsed in. There's another one. Here's another one, and just like the lava cave, South Lava Cave near Bend, it has an opening, a pile of rubble in the center, and another opening, and that would have been just the point where the tube broke. But no, it looks like it was a fairly shallow tube. What I'm not sure about is why these deep holes. My guess is that that little hole there indicates down through there, and some others on the other side. That again, it's just a tube, and it just happens to have fallen in, and it hasn't eroded down into the center yet. Now this has all the makings, of course, of a human design. Whether in fact it was built as a small little outpost type of thing by the Native Americans, I don't know, or by the cavalry for that matter. Look at the size of the holes here in the pumice, as opposed to, well, even these are fairly large, and they get down to kind of regular size there. That would probably indicate, obviously, the amount of air they had in them. Why they got more air in them than the other spots, I don't know. Whether this was originally a Native American totem, I don't know, but certainly it looks like gringos have, both with and without respect, added their stuff to it. It's hard to say. Some of it may have been here left respectfully, don't know. It's amazing, in all my 65 years, a lot of it traveling around this part of the country, I never had a clue about this national monument.